All right, man. Peace. You know, some of these stories are just amazing to me. These dudes with the Boston Celtics, man, they they're something else. So anyway, we're gonna watch how they cover this story.
Well, reunited, and it feels so good. Almost. The 2008 Celtics prepare to celebrate the 10th anniversary of their title without one of the keys to that championship. That'd be Ray Allen.
When Ray decided to go to the Heat, I feel like he moved on. And he went to pursue another ring, and he got another ring. Shout to him. And that's it. You know, it wasn't no other Wizards. It wasn't no other Spurs. It wasn't no other Heat. It wasn't nobody. It was all Celtics invited to this.
Now, out of them five dudes on the panel, let me rewind it back a little bit.
Would have even took it better if he has just like.
To him. And that's it. You know, it wasn't no other Wizards. It wasn't no other Spurs. It wasn't no other Heat. It wasn't nobody. It was all Celtics invited to.
Yeah, right. He said it was all Celtics invited to this. None of these niggas ended their career with the Celtics. None of them. Every last one of these dudes moved on from the Celtics. But they want to get on Ray Allen for moving on from the Celtics. The real reason why they upset with Ray Allen was because they didn't like him when he was there. All right? So they tried to use him leaving as an excuse through Rondo starting this reunion for the 2008 Celtics. They used this reunion as a method to try to play Ray Allen. And Ray Allen, you know, he comes off to me, I don't know him, but he comes off to me as a very insular and mature type of dude. He probably don't give two shits about this. All right. He seems like a guy who's more into his family and whatever he's doing in his personal life. Like, to me, these guys, they come off like five bitches, to be honest with you. These are five grown-ass men trying to talk about how Ray Allen is not invited because he left the team. I doubt if he would have came even if you invited him, just looking at his personality. And you could tell they probably didn't get along with him while he was there.
I think I would have even took it better if he has just talked to us about it. I don't know how his relationship was with Doc. It was kind of souring at the time because Avery was getting more minutes, and so I can understand all that. But I just felt like we should have had a conversation.
If Ray want to make amends with anybody up here or whatever the case, I think it's on him to reach out and say, hey, P, I handled this wrong, man. We better than this. Hey, Ticket, I handled this wrong. Hey, B.
Why would he reach out to you, man? You're nobody. All you are is a guy who set picks for the Celtics and for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Like, come on, bro. Give me a break. Ray Allen is a first ballot Hall of Famer. All right. He make decisions for his family. He don't make decisions for y'all. Y'all got to get over that, man. Give me a break.
Baby, I handled this wrong. Hey, Rondo, I handled this wrong, man. And just get it past us, man. We won games together, man. We did a lot of things together.
These guys, they take that basketball stuff like a religion. You know, you're supposed to come in there, you know, play as hard as you can, but you make your money and you move on. That's life. That's how life go.
Stephen, I need you to break this down for us, because are the guys being sensitive here, or are their issues legit? What's going?
No, they being five bitches. All right, that's what they being. And I say that with all due respect, but they acting like five bitches.
Well, it's a very hard thing for me to discuss because here's the deal. Those guys, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, Rondo, Kendrick Perkins, some of the best guys you'll ever meet, believe it or not. Especially KG. I love me some KG because he's as real as it gets. They are being a bit too sensitive, but they have every right to be that way.
Well, you would say that because you're sensitive.
And it's very, very simple as to why that is. Paul Pierce said it best. Because Ray Allen left and never even had a conversation with them. He played with them for years. And Ray Allen is class personified in most people's eyes. You talk to the man, you sit down, you rap with him the whole bit. He's as classy as they get. He and Rondo have personal issues with one another that's none of anybody's business. And I'll never discuss that. But that's off the court stuff, more so than it's on the court stuff, which is why you saw Rondo conspicuously silent yesterday. with Paul Pierce, Kendrick Perkins, and KG, that's strictly about basketball and Ray Allen electing to leave and not even having a conversation with them.
So they get him back. They mad that he didn't have a conversation with them. So they choose to get him back by staging this phony reunion and getting on TV and bitching about him, as opposed to being men and calling him up and saying, yo, brother, I don't like what you did, and here's why I don't like it. I still have love for you. You know, let's move forward. There's bigger fish to fry. You know, we all 40 years old. Let's move. You know, let's not worry about it. How's the family doing? Instead, they get on TV like 5 bitches. Come on, man.
Now with Kendrick Perkins and Paul Pierce, I think their situation is a bit different than KG's. Because with Paul Pierce and Kendrick Perkins, I truly believe that if Ray Allen had gone up to them man-to-man, face-to-face, and had a conversation with them about where his heart lied and what he wanted to do, they would have understood. It still would have hurt that he elected to go to Miami, and they would have been a bit salty about that. But at the same time, they eventually would have gotten over it significantly quicker. In the case of KG, he's a warrior. He's in the trenches. He's a warrior on another level. You either with him or you against him. That's just the way it is. And the fact that you left to go to Miami, I mean, you could see and go back to the highlights, Max, when Miami had played Boston and Ray Allen went to shake everybody's hand. Folks shook his hand except KG. KG was having no part of it. He had to tap KG on the shoulder in Miami because KG wasn't having it. He's a different kind of warrior. Rondo, again, that's personal. Off the court stuff that's none of anybody's business. In the case of KG, it was about, he felt...
Well, he keep talking about Rondo and Ray Allen have a beef that's off the court, none of anybody's business. That sounds like somebody slept with somebody's woman. Allegedly.
A trade. You understand? And you a turncoat, and I want nothing to do with you. In the case of Paul Pierce and Kendrick Perkins, it was how it was handled, which is why Paul was absolutely right in saying what he said about how he would have taken it differently. And Kendrick Perkins is absolutely right in saying that it's up to Ray Allen to make amends, because Ray Allen has personified class throughout his career. And this, his departure from Boston without talking to those dudes, clearly was not one of his shining moments. And if we're going to talk about KD and how he left Russell Westbrook, then we have to sit up there and avoid absolving Ray Allen, because he could have handled that better.
Well, maybe he wasn't on good terms with those guys on the team before he left. Maybe those guys are just getting on TV and trying to put a front on him because they're looking for attention. You know? It's just, I'm still amazed that 5 grown-ass men can get on TV talking about we don't like Ray. Sound like 5 bitches. Give me a break. You know, from what I understand, I think Stephen A. mentioned it, they tried to trade Ray Allen before he left anyway. Like, they didn't want him. So it's almost like you was trying to dump the person, but the person ended up dumping you. And you got shocked because you didn't think that they were going to leave. Like, get over it. Move on. It's just basketball. All y'all are millionaires. It's bigger fish to fry, man.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's very similar to KD and Westbrook. KD is free to go where he wants, but the way he left, Westbrook is right to feel a certain kind of way about that, to hold a grudge about that if he so chooses, because KD dissed. I mean, he didn't have the courtesy to tell Westbrook. Westbrook had to learn about it through the media. That's messed up. And Doc Rivers, part of his success as a coach and his brilliance as a coach is getting a unit to come together and feel as though it's them against the world. Phil Jackson writes about this in his book 11 Rings. That's a stage of development in terms of team building. And Doc Rivers is really good at that, and the Celtics were, you talk about personified, they embodied that kind of spirit, that they're close off the court, that they're close on the court, leaving aside whatever personal issue Ray Allen had with Rondo. It's not that I say that they're at fault, Stephen A., for holding a grudge against Ray Allen. People hold grudges, and that's their right to do so. Here's the problem. It's a 10th anniversary reunion tour of a championship team. I don't care what Ray Allen did. You can't pretend he wasn't on the team because of something he did after the fact.
Exactly. That's what makes them bitches. Plus, they act like they had a dynasty or something. Like, it's like, dudes, y'all won 1 championship, and y'all choked away the second against Kobe in 2010. Like, give me a break.
You can't then rewrite history because he was a big part of that team. One of the big three. Rondo wasn't in the big three to begin with. I mean, he was an excellent young up-and-coming player, but the big three were obviously Paul Pierce, KG, and Ray Allen. And no Ray Allen, no championship. Period. Now, whatever else, personal issues or Doc not playing him enough, Ray Allen surveyed the landscape and correctly saw that with LeBron James crewed up in Miami, he saw which way the wind was blowing. He knew that was the end of the Celtics championship run. I hate to break it to everyone. The Celtics were never going to beat the LeBron James Heat. Part of that is because the way the playoffs are called by the refs and superstar calls. Part of that's a self-fulfilling prophecy on the part of the NBA. But Ray Allen saw it, and he went to the rising tower and won another chip. So Stephen A.
Yeah, and really, and that's what tells me that Ray Allen and them were not getting along before he left. Because it's just too convenient that he goes to their number one rival after he leaves them. That's like, that's like a real bitter move on his part. Like he said, I'm just gonna stick it to these dudes. I'm gonna go to our main rival in the East because these dudes have turned me off so much with their conduct and their nonsense. That's what I see. That's why I say they're getting on TV trying to front like they were all brotherly. Ray Allen doesn't strike me as somebody who's too chummy, hang outy type of guy. Anyway, he seems like the type of guy who just go home to his woman and read the New York read the Wall Street Journal or some shit.
Guys could feel however they want about it. They have every right. But to say he's not invited to a 10th anniversary is ridiculous. Max. They really don't have the right to do that because that's denying what actually happened. He's a big part of their success.
I will never, ever question your intellect, the fact that you know sports and that you follow it. I have serious doubts as to whether or not you've ever competed because I cannot believe that you could sit there with a straight face and not fully embrace and understand where they're coming from. Don't just look at the fact that Ray Allen departed for Miami. Think about the fact that just a month earlier, the man was on the Boston Celtics. They were up 3-2 on LeBron and Miami. And LeBron had to go to Boston and drop 45 and 15, not just to save Miami's season, but his legacy because a championship had eluded him and evaded him.
In other words,
hold on, I'm coming to you. The championship had alluded to him. And the fact is that what I'm saying is when you sit up there and say, well, he saw what was on the horizon, they're saying to you, yo, we could take them. We could beat them. We might have lost, but it was in 7 games.
That's an illusion.
How is it an illusion? They were up 3-2 in the conference finals.
The big three were all aging, but beyond that, think carefully about what you just said. You just said that if LeBron hadn't have dropped 45, and in other words, if LeBron wasn't LeBron, that's what was obvious. That LeBron James had reached the point in his career where there was nothing you could do if he had a crew. Was there anything anyone did, or did Miami not get by Boston that year?
Time out. Let me reverse it and ask you a question. After winning that championship that year when he won Game 6 in Boston, when his legacy was on the line, because he still hadn't won a title, Max, and he was trying to get to that point, he dropped 45 and 15 in Game 6. They went back to Miami, won Game 7. They ultimately beat the Thunder. Fair enough. Easily, I'm saying to you, hold on, stay with me. If you remember, they won the title that year when Mike Miller dropped 7 threes in that Game 5 closeout game. But Mike Miller barely could stand up straight. His health was severely compromised.
They needed a veteran three-point shooter.
So if you're Boston, you're saying if they don't have Mike Miller and we keep Ray Allen, we got a shot to take him. You trying to tell me that?
Well, they wasn't that concerned with keeping Ray Allen, or they wouldn't have tried to trade him earlier in that season, Steve. All right? You talking about why they mad at Ray Allen. Somebody tried to trade me. The loyalty already been broken. So that's where the disconnect comes between the comparison of Ray Allen and KD. OKC didn't try to trade KD. Boston tried to trade Ray Allen. They were done with him. So that's a major factor.
Have a shot?
Stephen
Are you trying to say they didn't have a shot?
No, they didn't didn't have a shot. Not really. Not
Come
reality.
on.
It was an illusion.
You shouldn't even be allowed to talk basketball.
No, Max is right. There's a big difference between going 7 games when your core of players is 28, 29 years old and going 7 games when your core is 35, right? You go 7 games and your core is 35, the next year you might get swept.
By the way, history shows you the shot that Boston thought they had at that point was the same shot that the Knicks or the Pacers or any Eastern Conference power had against the Bulls.
That's not true.
When the Bulls started winning championships,
That's not true.
Over.
When the Bulls started winning championships, Patrick Ewing and them wasn't able to take them to a 7th game. Boston was up.
That's a lie. Patrick Ewing took the Knicks to 7 games against Michael Jordan in 1992. So you don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Ray Allen was the only three-point shooter in the league at that point that they could have picked up. The Cavs would have picked up another three-point shooter.
I'm sorry, Max.
They had to replace Mike Miller. They didn't have to replace Klay Thompson.
I apologize, Max. I'm sorry. Ray Allen, arguably at the time the greatest three-point shooter in the history of basketball. You can just go out and get somebody else that's going to show up.
No, you weren't replacing Ray Allen, Stephen A.
It's all right.
Stephen A.
It's okay.
You weren't replacing Ray Allen. You were replacing
I didn't say you
Mike
were replacing
Miller. And you
I
could
didn't say
find
you were replacing
replacements for Mike Miller that weren't Ray Allen.
Those are your words.
All
You
right.
are the one that said replacing Ray Allen. I did not say that.
No.
I'm saying to you, you don't have Ray Allen. You don't have Ray Allen.
But you didn't need Ray Allen. You could take another Mike Miller type. You just said they needed to replace Mike Miller. They could have done that without Ray Allen.
And you can count on dudes to shoot Game 7. You can count dudes to show up in the NBA Finals.
All that is hypothetical. What we do know is that no matter how he left, and it is messed up, and they have every right to feel that way, just as Westbrook has every right to feel how he does about KD. The bottom line is, if you make a reunion,
lost your basketball card. Lost your
I don't know, Stephen A. Where did you get your basketball card? Stephen A. like to make people think he played the game or something. Like, dude, you never played in the NBA. All right, you went to a Division III school. You was a scrub, and now you're a sports writer. That's it. It's not that big a deal. Ray Allen left. He didn't want to be with them anymore. He probably wasn't close to any of them guys on the team. They try to front like he was close with them, but he probably wasn't. You know, in any situation, when you have 12, 13 guys, when you have one who's a little bit more intelligent than everybody else, there's going to be a detachment. I'm sure he had different interests than all of those guys had, and that's just life, man. Move on. They have a personal issue with him that they're trying to front as a basketball issue, and it's not. When he left, it was kind of a confirmation that they probably already suspected that he didn't really get along with them like that he really wasn't feeling them like that. All right? That's all that was. He moved on. Right? They need to move on.
If you make a reunion after 10 years, you cannot... My basketball card's not for you.
Your basketball card is gone.
Take yours.
Guys, enough. We gotta go. By the way, you know I love subliminals. Ray Allen just posting a picture here on Facebook where Rondo's guarding him, and he wrote the power to push limits. So I don't know if it's a little cryptic.
By the way, Molly.
Yeah.
By the way, Molly.
Yeah.
That second title LeBron won. Who hit that shot in Game 6 to seal it?
That's what they signed him for, you stuttering ass Negro. They signed him to make those type of big shots. That's why they signed him.
With that series of pushing in overtime, who did that? That was Ray Allen.
Jesus,
anybody can do that. According to Max, anybody can do that. Anybody can do that.
But Mike Miller hit 7 of them
One of the
in the
clock is
previous
on. All right,
game.
we're going to break. Roll the break. Enough of you two. Sorry, guys.
Basketball call.
LeBron James is playing.
Well, that's it on that. But that's the point. You know, it was just strange to me to see 5 grown men sitting there talking about another man and looking for attention. Or we having a 10-year reunion over one championship. Like, get out of here with that bullshit, man. But anyway, peace.